Sports fans. In this segment, I'm going to discuss the Spartans game last week against the Indiana Hoosiers. Obviously, at least from my standpoint, the Spartans didn't play anywhere close to the type of game I thought they were going to play. And for those of you who may not know, the Hoosiers beat the Wolverines 24-0. It was a very thorough beating, to say the least, which absolutely surprised me because the Spartans have had a good history against the Hoosiers. Matter of fact, it's the first time since 1969 that the Hoosiers had shut the Spartans out in East Lansing, and it was the first time since 1985 that the Spartans were shut out in East Lansing at all. And in fact, the last time the Hoosiers shut the Spartans out was 1993. That was in Bloomington. The Spartans played very similarly, especially in the first half, to the way they did against Rutgers. It's amazing to me how they could play like that. Except for the Wolverines game, the Spartans, for the most part, have played very badly this year. I have to say this. I don't know what this is going to spell for Mel Tucker's future. I'm not suggesting he's going to get fired at the end of this year. But you'd have to wonder a little bit, not only about the Spartans' future, but his own as well. With that having been said, the Spartans caught a break in not having to play this week, and at least they can be thankful heading into Thanksgiving that they won't be coming off yet another loss, which, given the history of against the Terrapins, may not have been, and we'll never know for sure. I would have liked for the Spartans to play the game, but if the Terrapins are not healthy and their head coach is not healthy, there's no way that they ought to have played that. So, like I said, they did catch a break there. And then by no means am I taking any shots at the Terrapins, but I do think it's a lucky break for the Spartans in that regard, just based on the way they've played this year. The Spartans are going to play, I forgot who it was the week after, so I'll come back to that next week. Now they'll have 2 weeks to prepare, which should help them, actually, regardless of who it is that they do play. And when I find out, I'll post in the comments below. I was just so awestruck by this when I was researching this with the Terrapins that Saturday's game had been canceled. That's why there had been no breaking news announcement on it. I figured I would just include it as part of this. But Spartans will have no excuses next game they'll play, for sure. And it was, like I said, it was a very awful and pathetic effort against the Hoosiers. I give the Hoosiers all the credit in the world for how they played the game and for the fact that they have started out terrifically this year. But still, awful, awful effort on the Spartans' part. In the next segment, I will discuss the Wolverines game on Saturday night against the Badgers. Stay tuned to College Football Recap on Ed's Sports Channel.